Yo, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's your boy Trevor David Climate back up at it. And as you can see here, we've got the Aptera Solar EV. The first validation vehicle is rolling off the assembly line. Before we continue, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's do this. I really don't have to say too much else. The first vehicle is off the line. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video. Nice. Very nice. It looks good, man. It looks real good. I like those lights. I like the music track. Oh, wow. It's bigger than I thought. The speed bump. Okay, got the claps, got the cheers. Okay. The whole crew. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Come on, Steve. Come on, man. Okay. This is a great video. I like this video for a couple reasons. So we can tell just by looking at this that the vehicle works. There's a working version, a model of the Aptera. That's a good thing. It drives, it physically moves, you can drive it, it works. I like that. I'm a fan of that. So we got Steve Fambro, one of the co-CEOs, literally pushing the whip. He's here literally himself, which is pretty awesome. Driving the whip off the validation assembly line in the parking lot to the crew, to his peeps, to stunt, to show him, hey, we got a working vehicle. This is really good. And I also want to say while I'm here, this vehicle is larger than I thought. I've seen multiple videos of this at this point, and for whatever reason, this car is bigger than I expected, which is a good thing. It looks really good, looks really sturdy, and I'm a fan of that. So as the video says, this is a validation vehicle. What does that mean? For those unfamiliar, a validation vehicle is a pre-production version of the vehicle, so before it's officially reached production or is available to customers to drive. It's a validation model used for test for regulations, any sort of actual testing, basically to get all the final specifications down before they actually release it for production. So a validation vehicle is like the last major step before an actual production vehicle. So you could say it's like 99% finished at this point, because depending on what kind of test it has, I mean, as the CEO here is driving the vehicle off the lot, you yourself could do that. Like this vehicle is ready to drive. It just has to pass all the regulations before it can be officially produced. So like I said, about 99% done. So according to my research, you're like, okay, regulations, like what does that mean? Like, okay, you have a validation vehicle, how long till the production? Regulatory practices, it can take anywhere from, my personal research, from a few weeks to a few months to pass all the safety regulations. I would say emissions, but this has 0 emissions, so that's not a factor. But to pass safety and overall regulations can take anywhere from a few weeks to a few months based on my research. That's great news. That's awesome news. Why? Because it's not a few years or a decade. You know, you hear regulations, you're like, oh, it's going to take the rest of my life. No, I mean, the vehicle itself clearly works. It's moving around. So, you know, there's a working model of the vehicle. The regulations themselves don't take that long. They just got to get stamped up and approved. And again, from my personal research, from what I've looked around and found, it can just take anywhere from a few weeks to a few months, depending on region, state, so on and so forth. But it's not going to take forever. That's the point. That's awesome news. So, I mean, man, that's really crazy because they're really pushing this end of 2026 target. At the time of recording this video, it's March 5th, 2026. So, um, because of the icing, not knowing about how it works, the ice, the door specifically, and the state of the software, which I was actually alerted to by the time of this video. The software can link to a phone, because in the last video it couldn't yet, but apparently it can now. So that's out the way. That's really great. It's very important. Um, you know, it just has to get stamped up, and it should be ready to go, because they want it to go by the end of 2026. I think it actually may be possible. I think it may be possible, like legitimately. Because regulations, it doesn't take that long. The vehicle moves, so that's not what we're dealing with. Does the vehicle work? It works. It just has to, pass certain safety checks, so on and so forth. And it doesn't really take that long. It can be less than a few months, depending. But, in that few months range, maximum. That's really good. They actually might meet the end of 2026. And I was really hoping for that. Like I said, based on the last video, I just wasn't quite sure on the with the interview. It just seemed like there was a lot to be done. I was like, man, I didn't think it would be a few more years, but I was like, into 2026, that seems a little ambitious. I was hoping they could, but I just wasn't quite sure. But based off of this video, and like I said, just my personal research, I legit think they actually will probably do it. Like, they should have some vehicles available to customers that have already pre-ordered on the road, and like in their hands driving by the end of this year, based off of what, like I said, what I've seen in my own research. So not only now am I confident, I'm like pretty hopeful, like, almost anticipating that it'll be out. That's really awesome, man. That's really good. This video got me hype. Obviously, they're hype. The Aptera has become somewhat of like a legendary, like a legendary type entity at this point, which is a good thing. So we're all waiting for it. We need these fossil fuels to really be done for, because, eesh, man, that's a real situation. But we're working toward solutions. So man, let's get this vehicle out. Completely solar paneled, or excuse me, it can be basically, essentially solar powered. You might never have to plug it in. And I guess that's the goal. Because EVs are already good enough that you don't have to pump gas. Goodness gracious, who wants to do that? But this is like the next step. Great vehicle. I'm looking forward to the 2026, and I think they will have some vehicles on the road. I really do, based off of what I've seen in my own research. I do. So that's my take. And that's it. That's this video. Man, you love to see this. They seem confident. They seem happy. So that's what we want to see. That's a good thing. Yeah, man. I love making these videos. Again, climate change. We got to put a stop to this, because, man, like, these big companies, what are they doing? Like, give me a break. But, the people who know what to do, like the people who are on the right track, we know what to do, man. We're out here. We got this. I'm going to see you on the next one. And until I see you on the next one, stay up. We're on the right track. We can do this. Peace.